So this is, I think, Rogan talking about Owen.
You're an ambassador for your cause when you speak.
And let me tell you something. This Iliza Shlesinger is on. She's actually pretty. She's a hot chick, right? Why is she dressed down like she's about to paint somebody's house?
I mean, she's been hot, but I mean, she's also getting
hot. Yeah.
Really into the environment and plastic and stuff like that. And I am very specific about how and when I post about things because you don't want people to get activism fatigue and you don't want to be the person who posts about everything because then no one will listen to anything.
Right.
And
You're a woman. I'm not going to listen to you anyway.
Don't want to call people out specifically because just because somebody carried a plastic bottle that day doesn't mean they don't drive a hybrid.
I think she's doing this now because
you don't know what people...
for so long, she got shit for basically only being known for her looks.
The hot chick?
I think that's why she's doing this. Like, I think she's trying to be like, because remember, there was a couple years there where she was all dolled up, trying, you know what I mean? And everybody was like I remember there was you go back and listen to the old Owen episodes, and they're all titled, like the ones with Patrice all have like one of his funniest lines from the episode is always the title. There's a Patrice Owen episode called A Hand Job from Iliza Shlesinger because he was making a joke about how she got ahead and stuff. So I think that's why, she's kind of dressing down.
Somebody goes, "Oh, she's not hot." Okay, maybe not. She was hot. Come on now. We're not gonna pretend like she wasn't hot, right? I can't. You could think she's a complete utter idiot, but that's not. She's not hot.
I'm sorry, that's not a hot chick. You gotta
come on, man. Let's be realistic here.
Let's not be fucking. You know what I mean? There's some people that just try hard, trying to be like, fucking, she's not that cute. Like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, she's hot.
You'd leave her sitting at a bar on a Thursday night?
No.
Nah, I got to get back. I got work in the morning.
People are doing.
Right. Did you see Chris Pratt got shamed?
That's literally what I'm thinking of. And while I love that he did that part of...
Oh, did you see that Chris Pratt getting shamed?
A new one?
Yeah, Chris Pratt. So Chris Pratt took a picture for one of his from fitness equipment or something that he's for a magazine or some shit. And he was, just finished working out, and Chris Pratt's holding like a plastic bottle. Jason Momoa, Aquaman.
I did see that.
Was all like, "Hey, Chris, I don't mean to blah, 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 brother, but you should be using renewable." It's like, dude, fuck you, bro. Leave him alone. Like, are you fucking serious right now? By the way, and if you know if these people if this Jason Momoa actually cared and he was his friend, he would have called him and said, "Hey, man, maybe you should use..." But instead, he just did it publicly,
virtue
put
signal.
Him on fucking
classic
blast,
virtue signal,
and just shit on him for no reason.
Me is like, that's a little holier than thou.
Who shamed him?
Jason Momoa is so fucking hot. He's so hot.
So hot.
He's so hot. But we're so, especially online, we're so quick to be like, you're not doing it right. We do it with feminism too. And you have no idea the pious, good life that person is leading, and you're judging them on a snapshot on which you don't want to be judged on.
Well, they want to judge people. The thing is it's a lot of what this is about people that are on the fringes. It's the ideas are great, right? But the people that want attention for espousing these great ideas oftentimes are the fringe. So the far left and the far right. A lot of it, what it is, it's just people that are ultra aggressive about enforcing their ideology, and then they're really shitty and they want other people to comply. And so you get these people that represent the right and these people that represent the left. But they're a lot of the ideas of the right and the left. There's nothing wrong with being fiscally conservative. There's nothing wrong with being socially liberal.
Which is what a true Republican is.
Right.
And you want less government in your money.
Well, a true comedian is a man. So, whatever. If we're gonna fucking shut up. Shut up.
You fucking dick.
There's room in there for conversation, but when you go far right and then you go far left, then there's no room.
And when you start vilifying people.
Yeah.
From the get-go, and when you start expecting people, Owen Benjamin, who is...
Look at Rogan's face.
He doesn't want him brought up.
He doesn't want him brought up because he's had Owen on his show.
And he doesn't want another 4 months of him going, Joe Rogan's a toe! Oof. Iliza Shlesinger is a fucking Jewish whore! Joe is a toe! He doesn't want 5 more months of this, so he's like... I almost hear the Curb Your Enthusiasm music. Joe is like, please don't say his name because it's going to be fucking 6 months.
From the get-go.
Here we go.
And when you start expecting people, Owen Benjamin, who is just basically is like in a tinfoil hat somewhere and like living off the grid, he offended a lot of people, right? You're just staring at me?
Yeah. Even she noticed, like... I did something, didn't I?
Ooh, it got awkward.
This is great.
And he said a bunch of stuff about trans stuff. And I remember there was this girl that I was friends with on social media. Didn't know her, but just followed her because I liked her writing. That's it. And she DMs me one day and she's like, Owen Benjamin, like, how could you be, like, maybe I don't know if I'd interacted with him on Twitter. I'm never on Twitter because I think it's a toxic fuckhole. And she was like, she's getting mad at me. And I go, what are you talking about? She was like, he said all this stuff that's anti-trans, and I hadn't heard anything.
So wait. I'm sorry. I can't believe I'm going to have to do this.
We're going to have to side with Owen.
Out of everything that Owen Benjamin has done,
the trans kids thing, you're going to draw the line on?
Jew stuff, calling fucking doxing people, fake sending candy.
People tried to murder my children. The earth is flat. Dinosaurs aren't real.
The thing that bothers you is the trans stuff?
Can I point out, too, she's doing this thing. She's doing this thing that they do on that side of the fucking aisle where she's can you believe he's anti-trans? No. He was specifically against trans children. That's his big claim to fame. And he wouldn't, I'm not giving Owen the fucking, the big old salute like he was alone in that. Peterson did it. A lot of people were like, Rogan himself has said they're children. They shouldn't be. So see how she's twisted. You're going to make us fucking side with Owen?
Out of everything that Owen said, that's the thing?
I didn't want to side with Owen here.
Well, let me say what he said, okay? And here's the thing. He went off into a spiral, right? But I agree with what he said. What he said was there was someone that he knew, someone who works in Hollywood, that had a 3-year-old that they were turning trans.
Right.
And he said that was child abuse. That was what led
I don't disagree
to
with
his
that.
crazy situation.
Totally.
Hey, Rogan, gotta give, and Rogan has no reason in the world
to even involve himself
to
in this quagmire.
Owen Benjamin, to speak of him or anything.
Jesus, man, I gotta give it to Joe.
You gotta give Joe credit here. I'm giving him credit. He could have just been like, yeah, he's crazy in the woods.
This is the weirdest babyface turn ever, right?
Oh, this is getting crazy.
This is like when Triple H and Randy Orton and everybody were just kicking the shit out of Daniel Bryan, and the Shield came out. Just kicked the shit out of Triple H. It was the most, like, you didn't see it coming, and all of a sudden they were just baby faces. This is the weirdest babyface turn ever.
This is funny too, because he, not only is he saying that, but didn't she just say 2 seconds ago, I don't really judge people like one or two things they say, and now she's completely judging Owen Benjamin on the trans thing?
On an incorrectly presented one thing, too, on top of it.
I agree with it 100%.
By her own admission, via hearsay. Because she said, somebody said, have you heard Owen Benjamin's anti-trans? And I was like, oh, no. And then she just left it at that. So I don't judge people based on just one or two things. But I did hear one thing through hearsay, and it's wrong, and I'm going to judge Owen Benjamin based on it.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, I agree with him.
It's a child.
100%.
You wouldn't let that child decide what it's eating.
Right.
So that's
Someone
very
had
powerful.
a great joke. You don't let. I always say this. I wish I could remember who it was. They said you don't let a kid pick their outfit. Why the fuck would you let them pick their gender for the rest of their life?
Just like the joke I just made.
Yeah, but somebody did it already.
Right. I'm not going to do the joke. But so that
awkward.
aside, and the spiral aside, which I didn't even participate. Like, it's whatever. Like, those are your choices. That's what you're saying. I had known none of this.
But here's the thing. That cost him dearly. His agency left him, and then comedy clubs banned him for that. That was the beginning of it.
I think he just steered into that skid.
Well, that's what started the skid.
Right.
What started the skid was that.
There was something else about, like, he called someone who had written a... Look, that's not the point of what I was saying.
Things went south afterwards.
You have to manage those things. My point was, I knew none of this, so I'm just like going to brunch one day, and this person starts attacking me offline. How can you be friends with him? And I go, whoa, what are you talking about? She's like, he's saying all these horrible things, and
she's attacking you in person.
She's in my direct message.
Oh,
and this is my only point is I said I've known Owen most of my career. Let me go read what you're talking about, and she was angry at me for wanting to gather information. this person is a trans writer who I literally, until that moment, didn't know was trans because I was just a fan based on merit. Like, I just liked the writing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're so holy. You're so pious. You're so much better than everybody. Shut up.
And I said, how dare you? Shame on you. As a journalist, you should applaud that I go and collect my facts.
They want compliance, like immediate, instantaneous compliance.
And I said, I'm an ally, and I am pro-trans, and I am pro-gay rights, but you do not get to bark at me on a Sunday morning when I have no idea what we're talking about and get mad at me. And I
just have to tell you, I
unfollow.
don't trust anyone who says they're an ally about anything.
I'm a total ally.
But you say that? If you say, I'm an ally.
I'm an ally.
Oh.
You think I'm
What's going on today?
Yeah, he's being.
I feel awkward. What's happening? This is getting weird, bro.
I'll tell you what's happening. Bernie Sanders isn't in the studio. That's what's happening.
That's true.
Yeah, Eddie Bravo and Brendan Schaub aren't in the studio.
Not buying it.
He's giving her nothing. He's giving
Yeah.
her nothing. I kind of like
Stonewalling
Joe
her.
here. I kind of like Joe's coming off fucking. I thought this was going to turn into a bash fest of Owen.
No,
but,
it's not.
fucking Joe's being kind of based right now. Yeah, I don't buy it.
I vote,
Ally.
and
Chick
I
hates Mrs. Doubtfire. That's a little of an ally she is. Just the term ally is gross. It's okay when other people use it, like he's an ally, that guy's an ally, she's an ally. I get that. That's a good way to use it. But when you say I'm an ally, I'm like, yeah.
okay. Well,
Happening.
Shit. Fucking Orpheus says Rogan's getting tired. It's gotta be exhausting up there. You're just like, you got to do all these shows, and you're just like, yeah, I don't know, I don't care. I don't care anymore.
I'm pro-trans,
Good for you.
and I blocked that person.
Good for
real
you.
fucking dick
What's
here.
going on?
I don't know, but I'm enjoying it.
And I was like, you
whatever
don't
this
get to
is, I'm enjoying it.
Bark at me and tell me for any cause.
Yeah.
I
Too many fucking people live on Twitter. It's not good. It's not healthy, folks.
I don't
You're
have it on
supposed
my
to
phone.
talk to people.
Twitter it's
Good for
become
you.
like a subway bathroom wall.
Yeah.
Like people just
Michelle
write.
Wolf told me the exact same thing last week. She doesn't have it on her phone.
So that's the second time he's called her out for saying something somebody else said.
Yep.
Like very subtly. Yeah. Michelle Wolf said that last week.
Because you're just screaming into a void, and all it does is it just nets negativity. So they're just waiting for you to fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, anybody who's ever said anything awful to me on Twitter, who I've seen in person, they say nothing. And I'm
Well, that's the only way people should talk.
is face to face.
Yeah, Louis C.K. said that to me. We were talking about this, and he said it's just talk, but it's written down, so people think it's like more than it is.
Well, because then
people would say these kind of things, and you would go,
you get
what did
likes
she say?
and retweets, which are basically
Yes.
pitchforks.
But like if you said something like, if you said something about someone, like you said something about Bert or something like that, and he said it online, like fucking Bert should know a lot about getting drunk in Russia. If he read that,
it sounds so bad.
yeah, it's like what the fuck.
Well, because
Iliza?
there's no
But-
inflection.
Right, but if you just said it to me, we were hanging out, and then you saw Bert and hugged him, I wouldn't think you're a hypocrite. It's
Right.
Right. So it's like what Louis was saying. It's just talk.
But
it's written.
It's talk without nuance or inflection
Yes.
because not everyone has mastered grammar or punctuation.
Right. It's worse, especially for us, because
Yeah.
we say things, we talk shit.
Like even now,
Yeah, but you haven't mastered taking the cum stain out of your fucking cap.
What is that?
you and I are agreeing on
That is-
everything, and I'm like, I'm gonna face a firing squad of betas when I get on my Instagram. Like, and Rogan was talking, and not you.
Listen, there's a certain percentage of people that are going to attack
Are you a
every woman that
slut?
comes in the show.
Are you a slut?
I mean, we get it. That's the
Joe's having none of her nonsense today.
yeah, man. I did not. Dude, I did not expect that.